regards to public comment. Just as a reminder, there are two different avenues for membership to provide feedback or comments. You can submit a comment from the link in our HSSN webpage. A standing public comment item has been added to our monthly agenda. Comments limited to 2 comments per meeting at the designated time and only given 2 minutes. The co-chairs will work with county staff should the public comment process need refinement. To request public comment during this meeting, direct message Lindsay Dent during the Zoom call by 8:45. Include a quick topic description in the organization that you represent. The first 2 requests received will be provided an opportunity to speak for 2 minutes. Additional comments can be submitted through the online public comment link. If you request comment, they'll need to follow the link. We don't just do open floor, but have forum for our public comments and sharing. So if you have a public comment, would like to share it in this time, make sure in the next 11 minutes or so to send a message to Lindsay. And with that, we're going to shift to our program updates from Katie Gentry.
Thanks, Adam. Happy New Year, all. Couple big updates. One, I wanted to introduce Cole Redpenning. Sorry, Cole, I'm gonna butcher your name. He is new to the Washington County team. He's on the programs team. We're really excited to have him at the county. So if you, Monday was his first day, so I'm sure most of you have not been able to shoot him and say hi, but we're really excited to have him on the team, and you'll start seeing him kind of in these spaces and other spaces with the county. A couple big updates. I said a bunch of stuff was going to get done by January 1st, and we met most of the deadlines, which was really exciting, but we also decided to launch a bunch of stuff on January 1st. So bear with me. I'm going to try to run through all of them and happy to answer any questions. A couple big things on our access side. Cloverleaf ramped down, so we are no longer taking any folks at Cloverleaf. That shelter is now closed with our Hillsborough shelter opening. So Hillsborough is fully open at this point. We're working to still transition folks there from our Aloha pods, which we're also ramping down. But that Hillsborough shelter, which is right next to Winco on kind of baseline going out of Hillsborough towards Forest Grove, is now fully open. It's 36 congregate and 39 non-congregate spaces run by Project Homeless Connect. Sorry, Kim, I stole your thunder. We're also working on acquiring a permanent pod site location to put all of our 60 pods in one location. So we are in the kind of next steps phase with that. Definitely more information to come, but we hope to open that this spring/summer to keep those 60 pods online full time moving into the future. Big change that happened is we launched what's called the Housing Resolution Fund. This is a joint fund that pays for move-ins, rehousing, and also homeless prevention. There's a bunch that is happening. You do have to access that through a contracted homeless service provider, so either through our outreach teams, our shelters, our liaisons, or through a rapid rehousing or permanent supportive housing case manager. So all of that information went out to folks contracted with the county, but if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us or through your contract administrator, and they can answer those questions. The other big change that happened is our housing team rolled out a new process for briefings of new participants. So we are working to brief all participants in the program, but also every new person coming into the Arlo program, they will be have to go through a mandatory briefing as they're starting that program. Information came out from Sarah Larson on our team to all of the housing case managers this last week over the holidays, and we are launching that. Last big shift that happened in late December for a launch of January 1 was population AB definitions. This is really driven by Metro and some shifts that are happening. But the biggest change that went into effect January 1 is PSH referrals are only for population A folks. So those are folks that are chronic or at risk of chronicity. There are more changes that are coming with that definition. We did send out a memo that described those changes. Those changes won't come into effect till July 1. We're still working cross tri-county wise to figure out how do we train on that and definitions and how do we upload that into HMIS and all of those things into the phase 1. But the biggest thing for us means that 55 plus folks that are population B cannot get referred to that long-term intervention of PSH. So folks have questions, happy to answer any of those on programmatic things. The last big thing that happened programmatically is we re-released our program manual and eligible expense guide. Those are now published in Power DMS and got sent out last Friday. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to your contract administrator. We also sent out a memo that described the changes so if you have questions, I would start with that memo that really documented where changes happened in the program manual. Taking a complete 180 turn to the rest of the things happening in the county and upcoming things to know about. We are going to be releasing the regional RFP request for program qualifications this spring. So keep an eye out if you are not on the HSSN newsletter or you're not subscribed to procurements coming out from the county. That is definitely something you are going to be wanting to look out for. Why is this important? If you want any funding from the county, from the Department of Housing Services, through the Metro bond or the Metro SHS tax, you do have to be on our RFP queue list. So if you qualified through Multnomah County middle of last year, or then you are already qualified. But if you qualified back in 2023, this is only a 3-year qualification. So 2026, anybody who is a contractor will have to go through that process. We will host a series of kind of Q&A sessions and procurement meetings to help brief you all and answer questions, but do anticipate that is coming out kind of early spring, February, March timeframe. I think those are all the things from me at this point, but happy to stay on, answer any questions that folks have, or answer in the chat of what's to come.
Great. Thanks for all the info, Katie, as always. We're going to shift to our presenters today. Our first presentation will be on strategic initiative projects. And Michael McLeod and Jesse Adams, are you guys ready to go? It looks like you are. Great.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully you can see my screen as well. Fantastic. Well, hello everyone. My name is Mike McLeod. I'm a strategic project specialist in the Homeless Services Division at Washington County. I may or may not be joined here by my supervisor, Jesse Adams, but if she pops on, I'll let her jump in as well. We represent the Strategic Initiatives and Relations team here at Washington County's Homeless Services Division. So as a part of our role, we are in charge of all capital projects that involve supportive housing services dollars. I'm going to move to the next slide here. This map may or may not be new to you. This map shows a geographical distribution of homeless services infrastructure in Washington County. Just about all of these projects shown on the map here have received capital dollars or ongoing operational dollars through SHS. For those of you who have been in this space and seen this map before, I just want to say it's been really, really neat to see it grow over the years. I know it's been slow, but for us, it has felt very, very fast to see those new dots pop up and being able to remove the future from the map as those become more permanent. So I'm just going to give an overall capital projects update here. So what's opened recently, As Katie just mentioned, and I'm sure as you've heard elsewhere, we had a really exciting celebration here this last November. We opened the Hillsborough Year-Round Shelter on 17th Avenue in Hillsborough. This was in partnership with the City of Hillsborough. They were a fantastic partner. And this is being operated by Project Homeless Connect. And as you can see there, there are 39 non-congregate beds and 36 congregate beds. This is kind of the first hybrid model we've introduced into our programming, which is really exciting. And I'm realizing now that I used a rendering instead of some of the very beautiful pictures I have on my phone. But just want to give a big shout out to Project Homeless Connect as they've ramped up their shelter services. It's a really awesome building, and hopefully some of you had the chance to get a sneak peek and see what it looked like. Next up is just what's yet to come in our system. So as Katie mentioned as well, Washington County has recently acquired a plot of land in unincorporated Washington County. The plan here is to move our up to 60 pallet shelters to the site. We are not yet able to announce the location just because we're still in the process of notifying nearby neighbors and businesses. But as soon as we can do that, we will let you all know. We do have plans of this opening in summer 26. So currently we're just working really hard to come up with kind of a site preparation plan and just making sure that that site is as ready to go for those pallet shelters so that we can move folks in as quickly as possible this summer. And this site will be operated by Open Door Housing Works. Next up, we're going to shift gears away from shelter beds, and we're going to talk a little bit about access centers. The Hillsborough Access Center is going to be owned and operated by PHC in Hillsborough. They will provide walk-in access center services. They have received SHS capital dollars and will also receive some ongoing SHS operational funds. And the plan here is for it to be open in late 2026, early 2027. Another access center is located in Western Washington County. This will be owned and operated by Open Door. So the current site is actually home to the Cornelius Safe Rest Village at the moment. So the Safe Rest Village will remain open until early summer. And as we close down the Safe Rest Village, Open Door will then have the flexibility to begin their new construction project over in Cornelius. Once again, both a combination of capital dollars and ongoing operational funds. And the planned opening is late 2027. We do have plans for an access center in central Washington County. At this time, this procurement has not launched. We will notify this group and obviously through all of our procurement channels as quickly as we can when this is when this is ready. As of right now, we're just working on the notice of funding opportunity language and working with our city partners over in Beaverton to make sure that this is ready to go. We don't have an official timeline, but we're really hoping to get that out here maybe around summertime. So be on the lookout for that, and I will make sure to revisit this group and provide as much information on that NOFO as possible. But this will be the fourth and final access center planned for Washington County's programming. So just be on the lookout for that. We're excited to get that funding out there so that we can begin construction in Central County. And then I believe this is the last one. Some of you may have been introduced to our transitional housing programming. We have two different sites to share here, one of which Cornell Road Recovery. We did a purchase this last summer of a pretty large hotel in central Washington County. That will be up to 80 recovery-focused transitional housing beds. That was up to 26 million in SHS capital dollars plus ongoing operational dollars. Right now, final construction, design, and budgeting is where we're at. We're kind of still in that initial construction planning phase. But we also were able to leverage healthcare resources up to 2.5 million. and we will use Medicaid funding where possible. But the plan here is for opening fall 2026. We have another representative, Chelsea Catlin, on the strategic projects team that is heading that for the Homeless Services Division. So we're really excited about that one. And then the other is going to be owned and operated by Transcending Hope. This will actually be stabilization focus beds. This will also be located in Hillsborough, so it'll be up to 36 stabilization beds there. As the same as many of these projects, it received capital dollars and will also receive ongoing operational dollars through SHS. And the planned opening is going to be the middle of 2027. Okay, and that's all I had. That was pretty quick.
Great, thanks,
I'm
Mike. We
happy
do
to,
we do have some
yeah,
time for some questions. If anyone
please.
has a question that they can put in the chat. Well, we'll keep an eye on the chat. And Mike, if you see one pop up, maybe you can respond directly on the chat.
Absolutely.
Um, Otherwise, we'll keep moving forward to our update regarding the Hillsborough shelter. Kim, you've had your thunder stolen, but I have a feeling you have much more to say about it. So,
I mean, really, between Michael and Katie, I'm not even sure why I'm here. You all just heard about the shelter and the Access Center. So no, I was going to do a broader overview of all PHC just for anybody that's new to Washington County and this world. Hi, Jesse. You just happened to pop up on my screen. Sorry about that. Calling you out. And so, Lindsay, I did have one slide. Is that possible? I only have one slide, you guys, but don't worry, I have a lot to say. Uh, but Michael and Katie did take care of a couple things for me. So it's all about partnership and collaboration here in Washington County. They didn't even know that they were doing that for me. But my name is Kim Marshall. I'm the executive director at Project Homeless Connect. We know many of you because you participated in our one-day events. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, which is all about collaboration and partnership. And we're so thankful for all of you being partners in this work with us. Our one-day event started back in 2007. And it is just a day where we bring all the critical resources together into one space and then invite folks who need those resources to that space. And it's kind of cool. It's an awesome day of just collaboration and partnership. It's a great day to serve people. It's an awesome day where we get to allow people to connect to those critical services more quickly because everyone is in that one space. One of the things we've learned over time is haircuts is our highest need for people. You would think it's dental and vision, which are also very high, but haircut seems to be the one that people need the most, which says a lot about the population that we're so privileged to serve. Haircuts is not a high priority for them. And so we're thankful to our partners at Sports Clip and other stylists that come in and are willing to do haircuts for us, which is awesome. Our next event is coming up in Hillsborough. It'll be Friday, March 13th. More information about that will be coming out, but we'll continue our rotation of a winter, early spring event in Hillsborough, a summer event July in Beaverton, and then a November event in Tigard. We took a small hiatus during COVID, but now we're back on track. And every event we see an increase of numbers. Tigard was a huge event in November. It fell in the same week as SNAP benefits were reduced. And so we saw almost double the number of people that we usually see at our Tigard event. And really their need was food. They were just hungry. So we were able to feed them, which is the priority. But again, thank you for being partners in that work and coming to our one-day events. As Michael talked about, PHC does have an access center in downtown Hillsborough. We are very excited that we will start at some point doing building our new access center through SHS funds that were awarded. We're not sure when that build will start. permits is taking longer than expected, but hopefully in the next chunk of weeks, we can actually do some demolition and get started on that and then build our new access center. For now, we have closed down our yellow house, which is kind of what's known to our homeless friends. It's known as the yellow house. And so we are partnering with our friends at Salvation Army. Thank you, Adam. And we're based out of there doing access center work Wednesday through Sunday from 9 to 5. So folks are kind of made that transition with us. We're seeing most of the folks that we were seeing before, and so haven't missed a beat there. So that's been fantastic. And then really what I was here to talk about was the shelter, the new Hillsborough shelter, which we are so thankful to be a part of, is up and running. As Katie mentioned, Cloverleaf closed down and everyone transitioned over to the shelter. And then this week we have been transitioning folks from the Aloha pods over to shelter. So by the end of the week, we should be close to capacity. We are also taking Community Connect referrals. And then every day we do a lottery for any open beds at 4:45. People can show up at 4:30 and get on a list. And then we do that lottery at 4:45. And then we have e-beds available to the CAT and law enforcement, domestic violence. So those are some things happening at shelter. Thanks, you guys. This is my one slide. And it's going well. Shelter is always a little bit tricky, but we're getting folks in there and learning the nuances and starting to figure out how to walk alongside them on their journey to figure out next steps so that hopefully we can get people housed or figure out, what could be next now that we have so many awesome options here in Washington County, like the Beaverton Cat with the recovery. So enjoying that work. If you have any questions, just reach out about shelter. It is a referral through Community Connect. So just like all the shelter beds, we're part of that process. We do have an outreach team, our awesome outreach team, which is based primarily in Hillsborough, that goes out every day and meets people in kind of where they're at in some of the hot spots that are around Hillsborough, engaging with them, inviting them to our access center, making sure their phase 1 is done, and then getting them any critical supplies that they need as they are living outside. We have our housing team. We have a large housing team. I think we have 13 case managers between HCMS and Rapid Rehousing, and we also have housing liaisons, and they're doing awesome. Trying to just keep people housed is the goal right now. And then I talked about our one-day events. So that's kind of the whole of PHC and all the things that we're doing in all of these areas. We're partnering with many of you, and again, we're so thankful for that. Our shelter has space if anybody wants to reside or set up shop ever in shelter. If you just want to spend a couple hours there and you have clients that are currently in shelter, there is space available for you to come in and be in shelter if that would be helpful to you. And that's one of our goals for our new access center as well, is having that collaborative space where partners can be present where clients are. So know that. And again, you're welcome to join us at any time. That's kind of all I had about PHC. I told Lindsay I had a question for the group, something that's been a little bit in our face recently. So I'll take a pause. Any questions about Project Homeless Connect, specifically the shelter, that Katie and Michael can answer for you? Just so funny on this Wednesday. And then if not, I would love to ask my open-ended question because they did give me a little extra time, and why not take the opportunity? Adam, seeing no questions, will you allow me to kind of throw my question out there? Thanks. We can get rid of my slide. But again, reach out if you have any further questions or want to engage and participate. My question, and actually started this conversation a little bit with Katie yesterday, and Leslie, I will be reaching out to you, but we have had multiple scenarios recently mostly because of the shelter opening, where we have been in situations that are unbelievably frustrating with jail discharge and hospital discharge. And I know this is an ongoing frustration. I know that this is an ongoing topic that we've been talking about. And I know that I think Leslie and her team have been working on it, but I wanted to get a pulse from others on what's happening for you. I know our friend Kim Hahn, who sits on the Solution Council with us and works at TVFNR, has really been trying to figure out this arena, not just hospital discharge, but also when first responders are engaging with folks, what are some of their options besides just taking someone to the emergency room? So I wanted to see if this was high priority for others, if you're just having these struggles as well, hearing from clients that they were discharged at 2 a.m., rolled out in their wheelchair in a hospital gown and blankets and just kind of left to on their own without the clothes that they even came into the emergency room with. So if anybody's willing to participate in this with me, I would love it. If not, I can just reach out to Leslie and continue the conversation that way. Great. Got nothing, Adam. Thank you, Leslie. I will reach
Thank you. Yeah,
out. Yeah, exactly, Cameron.
definitely sounds like it's resonating.
And part of again, I know this is an ongoing topic. This isn't new. And so part of what I'm looking for is what is already being done and how do we use our collective voices to raise it again to make sure it is high priority. And this isn't, really an SHS initiative, but it is a housing and healthcare initiative. And so I just want to make that distinction. But I just wanted to check in with others. So thank you,
Yeah.
Cameron. And yeah, Cashel, I'm sure you guys are hearing it. Absolutely.
I can't find a way to raise my hand. Can I just jump in a little bit?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I think when you mentioned the health and housing part, that was exactly what I was starting to wonder was like all of that care coordination that is supposed to be happening, like where there is some meeting in the middle of like again, right, the ability to even see this kind of information, privileged information, and especially, right? But who are they also working with? Who are they also connected to? Who can we reach out to? Yeah, and so I'm just kind of wondering if that's where, with our healthcare case conferencing,
Mhm.
and even, yes, we're in Washington County, but as someone on the TCPB, I think about this as a more tri-county aspect
Yeah.
too, right? Is because it's obviously not just going to be here, it's happening
Mhm.
everywhere. Um, yeah, so it's kind of like something that I appreciate kind of getting brought back up to the top of the list of things I'd like to bring up in some of the other meetings I'm in, to see if we can, uh, have that also be part of that conversation, for how we use our healthcare case conferencing and integration services better, especially in this more immediate, like middle of the night kind of stuff that keeps happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Leslie, could I put you on the spot? What is already happening, or what should we be doing to bring it back up to the top?
Yeah, thanks, Ken. So what's currently, can you hear me okay?
Mhm.
So what's currently happening is there are different conversations primarily in Multnomah County, um, under the metro goal of healthcare systems alignment. And so we are exploring different avenues, particularly on coordination upon discharge. So that is currently being ironed out as far as what plan looks like. So we're more so in the exploratory phase, and seeing what could be um, potential coordination opportunities and what could be piloted. And so once I have a little bit more of that, I'm happy to share that in this group.
Great. Wonderful. Okay.
Great. Thanks, Kim.
Thanks. Yeah.
As always, appreciate you sharing and the work that you guys are doing, getting to partner together. Yeah, thanks for everyone for contributing. We did not have a public comment for today, which allows us to have a little bit more time for announcements. And we have some of our friends in Washington County staff with some announcements. And Lindsay, maybe I'll pivot to you first.
Thanks, Adam. I apologize in advance. I'm having quite a bit of technical difficulties today. I just wanted to note and let this group know that our mental health and crisis services at the county offers quarterly crisis services overview trainings. Many of you may have participated in those, but I did want to just flag that they're really informative, and there's one coming up this Thursday afternoon. So I just dropped the link in the chat, and hopefully if you've not attended, you are able to make that happen. Thanks, Adam.
Great, thanks, Lindsay. And now regarding HMIS survey information, I believe Kenny's going to jump on and share.
Hi, everyone. Everyone hear me all right? That's good. My name is Kenny. I'm one of the HMIS program specialists here at Washington County. And as we enter in the new year, we'd like to get a better understanding of what our HMIS training experience is like. So in the chat, you'll find a link to our HMIS survey feedback form. So this link is sent out to contract administrators to be sent out to case managers, supervisors, and anyone who uses HMIS on a daily basis. So your feedback is anonymous, and we will use this to help us to improve our resources and our support for new users. It only takes about 5 minutes to complete, and the survey closes January 30th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And we do appreciate any feedback that you send out to us.
Great, thanks, Kenny. And then I believe last announcement with the Lived Experience Committee from Nadia.
Hello all. But I just wanted to quickly announce that we are looking for folks with lived experience to join our Lived Experience Advisory Committee. These folks would be folks who have lived experience with homelessness, preferably in Washington County and recently, and hopefully having had some experience with our system as well to give us some more complete feedback. Our next meeting is going to be on, well, it's going to be at the end of January, so at the end of this month. We're going to be doing a focus group with Metro and just talking about the SHS system as a whole. These meetings are roughly about like once a quarter, and they are compensated based on the time involved and type of feedback we're soliciting at that time. And I will put my email in the chat. So if folks, you know of any folks, if you're working with anyone that you know might be in a position to provide feedback, having been through this experience, please reach out.
Hey, thanks, Nadia. And lastly, for announcements, if you or your agency is interested in offering a presentation during these meetings, if there's something that you know about or represent or a topic that you'd love us to get into, please reach out to Lindsay. Lindsay will put her email in the chat, and you can connect with her. Our next meeting will be Wednesday, February 4th at 8:30 a.m. And as we always do when we close, we'll kind of open the floor and just kind of encourage you, if you have any kudos or events or highlights that you want to share, this is a time that you can do that. Otherwise, that's the close of our meeting. Have a great week, and we'll see you in February.
It looks like Allie has.
Oh, Allie, yeah.
Sorry.
Should have just jumped in. I announced last time that we had a position open for Community Connect. It is now filled, so we are kind of fully staffed. We have one person that's on leave, so we are still at 5 people, and one person is training. So 4 fully going CRAs, 1 on his way up. So our new CRA, his name is Chris. So if you happen to be in a meeting with them, great.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Allie. Anyone else? Any celebrations or events? Okay, well, thanks for your time and looking forward to a new year serving alongside you all, serving our neighbors. And take care. Have a great day.